Hi guys, I had a few emails from parents asking if I could make a video about how I teach division. So I'm always happy to do anything y'all need for me. Just let me know. So I have been teaching the students long division, AKA what the district likes to call the standard algorithm, AKA for all of us who grew up doing division, the old school way. So this is the way that you and I most likely grew up doing dividing. Nothing different, nothing new. But maybe the way that I'm saying things might be different from the way you're saying things at home, which can cause a little bit of a, confusion for the kids. But just know that I fully support whatever y'all choose to do for your kids at home. I only get to see them for a snippet of their schooling career, and you get to see them, as the years progress. So I'm totally supportive of everything you do. But let's jump right in. I'm going to use this division graphic organizer. Me and a student who's currently in my class came up with this sheet of paper. She discovered that when she was dividing, she had an easier time with writing her facts down below and thinking about it on a number line. So I'm going to use this piece of paper. I have tons of copies of this. I'm happy to send home a blank copy for you guys to use at home to make copies. Kids can grab them from my tray and take them home, whatever you need. I always tell the kids, whatever number is on the outside, those are the facts you're writing down below. So and this is a really good idea for those of us who struggle with our multiplication facts and are also struggling, or no one's really struggling with division, but is moving slower at division because it's a nice visual. It's one less thing or two less things that I have to think about when I am doing division. So some of us use multiplication chart, some of us don't need to. Hopefully, eventually we'll move away from the multiplication charts, but for now it's still here. So you're writing down all your 7 facts, okay? So we're gonna start with 0. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. You only need to go up to 7 times 9. You'll never use 7 times 10 because you're never going to get 10 groups up here. You can't do that. So I always teach them to only use 9 of them. Some kids don't start with 0. That's fine. Some do. So I have it there for them to do that. The next thing that they're going to do is they're going to come on the side and they're going to do the saying that I taught them, which is, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? And the only reason that serves is so they remember what steps they're doing in division. So divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? And then some of us write the symbols just like this. Once they remember the DMSCB steps, they may not need to talk about McDonald's anymore. Some still do. That's totally fine. But a lot of us still write down the steps. And then we keep going, you go through them as we go. So I will show you that later. So first thing you ask yourself, the way I explained it to the kids was number 7 is trying to get inside the house. So we were trying to find out how many 7s can get into these numbers. And we're not looking at the whole entire 5,693 at once. We're looking at it digit by digit. So we're gonna look at the first one first. 7 can go into 5 how many times? So if you're a number line user, and for my kids who are really struggling, I ask them, where can I fit number 5 on this number line? So reasonably, 5 is about right here. That's not perfectly where it is, but you get the idea. Okay, so that means that 7 times 1 is too much. I'm trying to find as close to 5 without going over. 7 is too much, so the only thing that works is 0 groups. So I put 0, that's the dividing step. Now I'm gonna multiply. I multiply whatever I put on top by whatever's on the outside. 0 times 7 is 0. Subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. Check it. 0 times 7 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Bring down. Whatever digit is next, bring it down, no matter what it is. Now here's the tricky part. If I bring something down, I have to start my steps over again. Kids tend to just bring something down and then stop when they get towards the end. When they do that, they're missing out on a whole answer, a whole number up here. So that's what I tell them every time. If you bring down, you have to start over. I brought something down, I am starting over. So I'm asking myself, 7 can go into 56 how many times? I have to get as close to 56 without going over. Luckily for us, we can get exact. If you can get exact, that's awesome. Usually that doesn't work out. Here's 56. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. That's the division step. Now let's multiply whatever we just wrote times whatever's on the side. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 minus 56 is 0. And sometimes I have to remind the kids, even though we got 0, we're not done yet. Why are we not done yet? Because we still have numbers to bring down. We bring it down. If we bring a number down, we have to start over. 7 can go into 9 how many times? So 9 is about what, right here? Okay, so 14 is too large. 7 is just right. How many groups is that? That's 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. Bring down that 3. I brought something down. I have to start over. 7 can go into 23. Let's see, 23 is about right here. So we can go 0, 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay? We're not always going to end on 0. The kids have done a really good job of accepting that. You're going to have a remainder. We do not do decimals in 4th grade. I've heard some kids coming to class tell me about decimals. We don't touch decimals in division in 4th grade. So I ask that you please don't confuse them with that. Remainders are going to remain remainders this year. I believe in 5th grade is when you get into decimals. We do not do that here in 4th grade. It's just simply a leftover. Because I have nothing left to bring down, that means I'm done. That's the only reason why I'm done, is because I can't bring down. So whatever's left over comes up top. And that is my answer, 813 remainder 2. This week, and into next week, we're going to be talking about, in a word problem, what the actual answer is. I've told them that there's 3 things you can do with the remainder. You can add it, you can use it, or you can ignore it. In fact, we just did a foldable today, okay? And then the tricky part is if you're adding, you're only adding 1. I'll be pulling small groups next week, and I'll have some examples. That way this makes more sense. But we really talked about that one. These are a little bit newer, but those are the 3 things you can do with the remainder in a word problem. One thing I want to show you is I made these last weekend. It's a great little visual. I'm happy to send home the bookmark part that you can make your own. I have these ready to go. You're welcome to print out or send home. Let me know what you need. It's just Miss Meek's sayings on here, and it's nice and color coded. So the division part, it's in red. Notice that my answer is in red up top. The multiplying part, they're in green. I know it's kind of hard to see. They're in green. The subtracting step is blue, so here's where you're subtracting. And then the check and the bring down is both in black. I chose these colors. These are the only colors I have on my smartboard. So that way it just kind of goes what we're doing. And then as they go down each step, it's a visual and physical reminder of what step they're on. So I think it's a great little tool. A lot of kids have picked these up and they really enjoy using it. So let me know if you need one of those. So that's everything. If I can do anything else for y'all, let me know. And we will continue working on division this week. They're doing a great job, and thank you so much for everything y'all do at home. Bye-bye.